Hello everybody, I am Opaque Flake. You can follow me on Twitter at Opaque Flake. Straight to the point. Code 7-6 Liquidation. Destroy 2 Horian Special S-type Ramoso class units. Operation optional. Of course, these are subquests, because this is the last stretch of subquests here. Well, at least for Code 7, because there is, based on my research, a Code 8.
敵対勢力の反応を感知しました。敵対勢力を殲滅してください。指定時間があります。
So as per usual with all these codes, we gotta kill, or I gotta kill, an abductor to spawn the Ramosas. And again, you're gonna be hearing the song titled Jerusalem because it is still my favorite Freedom Wars track. I don't know if this is gonna be the song I'm gonna be hearing while fighting Red Rage and Abedu, but I'm looking forward to it. Anyways, gotta take out this quadruped, artillery quadruped base. I think it's the artillery quadruped. Basically, one of the most easiest of quadrupeds because it's just a cannon hit. All it does is run around, very tanky. Take out parts and you're good. Honestly, the most hardest part is the Horian the Horrors Panopticon coming out and shooting you down and your partners down because they carry the weapon I'm using right now, a 100 clip Cat's weapon. And it's actually powerful because these are rarity 6, I believe, and their attack is around 350, so powerful for a base at the very least. So this is actually a good place. Honestly, this whole code, subcode, is not that tough compared to the code 6.5. Damn, that, or was it 6.4? The one where I had to destroy the two abductors that are resistant to heat and cold. Because holy shit, that's a gauntlet. But this is a good spot to farm some weapons. I mean, assuming you don't want to do 7.3. I mean, I looked up and it said 7.3 is like the best place to farm weapons, but I'm like, I can't do 7.3 guys because I'm doing a let's play, so I'm just gonna resort to this one right here. Upgrade, I mean, I haven't really used anything. I've tried playing around with the upgrades, but I'm better off manufacturing a rarity level 7. Since I'm code 7, I can manufacture weapons and get a level 7, assuming I have the parts to do so. I made a level 7 Barber Blaster, but it wasn't so great. It was an early bloomer. I think I've explained this before, but late bloomers are those that, like, if you have a level 1 Pokemon, they get more stats and better stat growth than if you caught that same Pokemon that was level 5. That's essentially what late bloomer and early bloomers are. Anyways, as I said earlier, the biggest obstacle is not so much the Ramosas, but the little minions that keep spawning around. And they're everywhere, especially on the top right. And as at this point, I noticed that the second Ramosa has already been spawned, and I'm like, okay, I need to not go over there because on the last subquest we were doing, look at that, I'm already getting shot down. On the last subquest, I had 2 Ramosas in a tight spot, very narrow space, very bad. Anyway, I would suggest bringing a Red Thorn here and setting traps, and nope, the second Ramosa is just gonna come over here. I have theories. If you go back about 15 seconds right now, one of the Ramosas roared, and I think it called him out. I'm not 100% sure on that. But basically where that Ramosa was running from, you're gonna want to set level 2 thorn traps, or where I'm shooting right now, to capture some of the Horian operatives. But now that I've taken out one Ramosa, and we've whittled this one down, it's still rather lethal because you can see on the top left, I'm on my last life. There was a lot of dying here because they carried some powerful guns and barbecue ZZ blasters. See, I'm almost about to die. I don't know how I survived. I'm glad I survived because I didn't want to do this code again. At least, you know, after failing at one time. So I decided to play safe and let my partners get shot down while I play all the way back here. Like, I really wanted to play it safe. But with that Ramosa down, we've cleared this damn subquest. Not that tough, but can be tough thanks to the little humans and their extra little mechs coming out and about. But yeah, like I said, this is a good place to get some easy Katse weapons, or honestly, the Osaka Mark 1s. I like the easy cuts more though. But with this subquest complete, I have reduced my census by 2,900 years, 2,900 years. Yay! On to the next subquest, which is 7-8 Liquidation. Keeping it in the Liquidation. Destroy 2 Orion Special S-types in a night mission. Same as the last subquest, except they want us to destroy 2 spiders.
アブダクターの反応を感知しました。敵対勢力を壊滅してください。定時間内に敵将を排除してください。
So the challenge on this is up there, I would say, but not so up there that I would put this above the subquest with the heat and cold resistant abductors, because those are mostly quadrupeds and these are just bipeds. Bipeds are a lot easier to kill, especially when we single them out for better focus. But yes, this is no different than the last fight with the Ramosas, except you actually have to kill the spider once. And there's an extra wave of another biped you have to take out. So it's biped, spider, biped, spider. Or, if you want to risk it, biped, spider, biped, and spider at the same time. But taking out the first one is electric resistant. I have a fire gun. Most of my party, I don't know if they have elemental on them, but I'm assuming no. Again, most of the challenge here is me getting ammo, because my Barbarous Blaster is my main source of attack. My spear is really great, but it's only good against bipeds and spiders when they're down, like this. But for the most part, I'm gonna stick with my Barbarous. I gotta say though, you think these would be the most hardest of the abductors, considering they're introduced last, but I still think quadrupeds are the most powerful ones to reckon. Imagine fighting a quadruped elemental resistant to Willow, which is your thorns. That'd be crazy. Doable, but crazy. Crazy hard at least. Anyways, this one's called Special S-Type Dust Gray. And honestly, this is also an okay spot to but collect some weapons. I wouldn't recommend it entirely though, because you can fail it. I mean, these are spiders. But for the most part, you get some okay good artillery type weapons, especially the bigger type guns. And I still love seeing those spiders die. Anyways, using the map, 2 more bipeds spawn. So you can destroy one and it'll spawn the spider, or you can destroy both to make sure that one does not chase you to the spider. I personally decided to take on both out. I was actually doing rather well on lives in time. You can see in the top left, I'm at the 22-minute marker, which means 23 minutes have passed by. And I said, you know what? I'm doing rather well. Let's take them out, because I've noticed that while the spiders are very annoying, since I got them singled out and there's no other bipeds attacking us, I didn't have to take out its web weapons, like its web cannons out. So I strictly went for its sac area, the big fat part of the abdomen, where its core pod is. Anyways, take out both biped abductors and onto the final spider we need to take out. And I saw that weapon there. I was low on ammo, and I said, you know what? If guns do a lot of damage, I'll be good here. But yes, at the final wave, you get Orion troops coming at you to shoot you with a variety type of weapons. So if you really want to farm, these kind of weapons, leave that spider alive as much as you can, and just take out the Orion troops. But this Galley gun though helped me a lot. to flinch and do enough damage
要請します。
to just take the spider out real quick. So again, the challenge is at the very end with the Horion troops, but it's not that bad, especially since I got the Gatling gun.
現在
It did help taking out the, or flinching the spider really quick. I mean, if you ever want to shoot down a spider because they scare the fuck out of you with the Gatling gun, this is probably the game for it. Anyways, complete the mission, 2-star rank. Not that great, but got me some nice equips. Got a nice Barba's Easy Blaster, level 6 with level 4. You can upgrade if you want. I might do that. I might upgrade that one, considering my upgraded Barbas is already at 850. It'll be a little bit easier. Also got some nice parts here. Gonna donate them, unfortunately, because I have to. The Code 8 stuff. But I reduced my sentence by 3,000 years, and it's left me under 900,000 sentences. 900,000 sentence, which gave me a trophy. Only 900,000 years to go. But anyways, on to the final subquest. At least I'm showing off. Subquest 7-7 Citizen Reclamation. Reclaim 5 citizens from the Zandubian deployment of Beatrice equipped with guided missiles.
アブダクターからシリリアンの反応を感知しました。シリリアンを奪還してください。
So this quest,
ご早期まで完走してください。
well, first off, you don't have to take them out. At least I'm not 100% sure because I didn't bother checking. I didn't want to risk it. I took out this cold resistant abductor because I did not want us to chase. I did not want it to chase us to the main quadruped. This is my second time doing this quest. I've failed before, and I was so close to completing it, but I actually died. It wasn't by time. I lost a lot of lives, and that's because this quadruped is not only the quadruped that I hate the most because it has those buzzsaws on the back. You'll see again why I hate it shortly. But if you can tell, it's very blacked out and very yellowed out. It's almost like a wasp. Yeah, because that's always fun, right? I hate this version so much. Not only do these quadrupeds run around crazy willy-nilly, but they have those buzzsaws on the back. But, like I mentioned the color before, this is, I think, the second or the most resilient of quadrupeds in the game. This quadruped has eye armor, health, and damage. And it fucked us up. At least it would have had I, done something smart and not on the first try I recorded this, aggro another biped. And even more, there's something more stupid to that. I will mention in a bit. But this is where I fought the Ramosas. So I know where the ammo dumps are. I mean, they change them differently, but at least I know where they are at. And those buzzsaws are very annoying. Make sure to get first aid kits, not only in loadout, but when I went to go grab more ammo, I went to get more sub items, especially first aid kits, because I do not want to have Matias bother healing us all the damn time, which will lower our DPS. So you want to focus on the pods, but you don't want to focus too much on the pods. You actually want to work on just hurting him in general. At least that's my strategy. I mean, if you can take out the pods as fast as you can for time bonus completion. But if you want to complete it, make sure all pods you're gonna take out to reclaim the citizens. There's 3 of them on this one abductor. Make sure they're all ready to break, because once you capture one or rescue one, that's when hell will break loose. I managed to get this quadruped. I was actually doing rather well, because that's when I messed up the first time, is because I rescued a citizen. And when you rescue a citizen, more things spawn. Little troops and abductors. And this is not a quest I would recommend for grinding weapons, unless you want to grind with a challenge, which I can appreciate, but this was an accident. I did not want to rescue the citizen, but now that I did, I kind of fucked myself over, and I was a bit worried. You can see on the top left, I already died once, and it's already been a little bit it's been about 19 minutes. So what I did was to ensure, me personally, I went to go rescue that citizen. So, as you can see, I turned away from it, but I'll bring it up in a bit. We got another biped. It's heat resistant. And this one, it's already been about 2 minutes. We got some Horions, Zanduvian actually, human sinners shooting us already. And they carry Barber's blasters and everything. And this is where I got fucked. The biped got close to us, and especially near where the Zanduvians are spawning. My main priority was taking down that quadruped. Granted, it does look like it's at 20-15% health, but since it has so much health and damage, no, it had more health. Luckily, we did manage to focus him down. With fear of someone getting captured, I just went straight up capture the citizens. But that's all there is to this subquest. And honestly, I think it was the hardest of the Code 7 subquest. I would tie it, or maybe, yeah, I would tie it with 6-4. But anyways, you get some nice weapons here. Not that great. I wouldn't grind it here. But it is a mixture of stuff to, tear apart. Got one rarity 8 part. That's from the Ductor we were fighting the quadruped. And some citizens to help with speeding up tearing down stuff. Anyways, Census Reduction 2900, that's it for this subquest part. Thank you for joining me. Code 7 is about to end, which ends the story mode. Thank you for watching. I'm Opaque. Flake. Thanks, bye.